back with Black Butterfly Media and your host, me, Princess Brown, and I have here Mr. Zack Reynolds Jr., and he's going to tell us about his novel.
Okay. So this book is actually entitled Facing Our Future, Building Strong Black Men in the 21st Century. It's a solutions-focused book that's really geared toward aiming to improve life outcomes for young black men. So if you are a person that is rearing, educating, coaching, teaching young black males in any capacity, if you just want them to fulfill their purpose in life, this book has answers for you.
So, Mr. Reynolds, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, like where you're from, and what influenced you on this?
Sure. I'm originally from Madison, North Carolina. That's my hometown. That's near Greensboro and Winston-Salem, for those that don't know. I actually reside in Atlanta. I've been in Atlanta, Georgia for 4 years now. And I actually taught school for over 10 years in the classroom. So working particularly with like single gender populations, I had a lot of classes with African-American males. Jeremiah, my co-author, is a licensed counselor. He's also worked in the Department of Juvenile Justice. So between the two of us, we saw the gamut of young black male issues and some of the challenges they were facing. And so as black men ourselves, we wanted to write solutions-focused content that would help the parents and the teachers and the coaches and the people that we labored with and those that we never met that were facing the same thing.
Interesting. So we have one of our country's wonderful educators. Can you tell me about the importance of literacy, especially within the black community?
Oh, I don't know that I could find the words to accurately define how important literacy is. It's everywhere. You have to read, because if you don't read, you're probably not going to be able to do anything. You won't know if someone gives you $1 million contract to sign for your gift or your talent. You won't know if it's accurate or not if you can't read. But I have a daughter that's going on 2. And we're on a challenge right now with her to read 1,000 books before she enters kindergarten. And we're going to do that because it's the same thing my sister did for me. My sister taught me to read, and I ended up becoming an author. So if that doesn't explain how important just the process of learning to read can be in one's life, who at that time I wasn't thinking I'd ever write a book. But our young black men especially, and our kids in general, cannot afford to not know how to read. It is literally essential to their lifeblood.
And those were some great words. And so your story with your 2-year-old daughter, which is amazing. So I'm pretty sure we have some parents in our audience, and I'm wondering, can you tell them or give them some hints on how they can start something like this to start young and actually push our children in the right direction?
Right. Public library, public library, public library. Those books are free. You can get them in 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s if you want. And typically they'll have dedicated times during the week where someone from the community, a lot of times they're retired teachers, educators, they'll come out and they'll read to the kids. So if your schedule doesn't allow it, maybe your babysitter can do that. But they must be reading, they must be in front of books constantly, and they'll fall in love with it. What we expose our children to is what they'll become.
Very interesting, helpful hints. So I know this is your first novel?
It is, my first book.
Okay, so what's next? Is there another novel coming out, or what do you see yourself doing, helping the community within Atlanta?
Well, you know, it's even bigger than Atlanta. That's why I'm in Memphis today, is because we want to really help the whole nation understand how to build strong black men. So what's next is more of the same. We're going to continue to get out into the communities. We do community forums, we do signings as a result of those, but the bigger part of that is the movement behind this effort, because people lead with solutions-focused thinking, and then they implement those things in their community. So it's just more touring right now in the immediate. We have a curriculum that's forthcoming that's also based on the book that's going to be state standard ready, and we're looking forward to getting that into public schools, private schools, mentoring organizations all around the country. So we're looking forward to forming more partnerships with people that are just as committed to facing our future as we are.
Okay. Mr. Reynolds, where can we find this novel?
You can get this on facingourfuture.com, and you can also find it on amazon.com under the book title, Facing Our Future, Building Strong Black Men in the 21st Century.
Okay, and I'm pretty sure there might be someone in our audience that may want to contact you or reach out for some hints, some fellow educators, sure, some positive male figures that might say, hey, what are some helpful hints I can give to the boys within my community? How can they reach you?
info@facingourfuture.com is the email, and we're on Instagram and Twitter at Facing Our Future.
Well, there you have it, Mr. Reynolds. You've been watching Black Media Entertainment.